Hello, beautiful awakening souls. I'm so honored to be here to do this reading for you. I am feeling a little under the weather, so I apologize if you can hear it in my voice. But I am feeling better than I did yesterday, so progress, right? We're going to take a look today at the energy between you and your divine masculine. This is a divine masculine reading, but it is divine masculine in relationship to divine feminine. So what's going on with you guys? We're going to take a look, see where things are at, see what kinds of blocks the two of you might be facing on your journeys together, and, possible outcomes of where these things might be taking you. One thing I know for sure is that no matter what happens on this journey, whether it appears to be positive or negative, it's all meant to happen for a reason, because there's no such thing as chance on this journey. Everything happens with a divine meaning and purpose. So, separation, union, all of these things are nothing we should push away or fight or wrestle against, because we have to have a higher faith in the relationship that we have with our divine masculine and the divine within, where we put our trust and faith and we know that everything's happening in our journey for a reason. It's our mind and our ego that likes to battle us and question this. And that's what this twin flame journey helps us to overcome. So, purpose of the relationship for you and your divine masculine. What I mean by that is we all kind of know the overall general meaning for the purpose of twin flames, which is your awakening process, right? But each individual person has nuance to their journeys, right? Nobody's journey is going to look like anyone else's journey. There's things that are relatively similar. However, everyone's journey is completely unique. It's designed and tailored for you by the divine, specifically for your needs in ascension. So you and your divine masculine come together at the perfect time, the right time for a reason. You also go through separation at the perfect time and the right time for a reason. So what is the purpose, the underlying, kind of motivation, I guess, or area of growth that you came together with your divine masculine to kind of look at and overcome, at least in this stage of your journey today? And for this, we have the Magician in reverse. So with the Magician in reverse, there's scattered energy. There's a lot going on. There's maybe not necessarily a lot of thought happening as to why things are happening the way that they're happening. There's just a feeling of not being fulfilled and a loss of potential. This could be because you and your divine masculine are in a separation phase, and one or both of you, probably both of you, because you mirror each other's energy, are not looking at why this is happening, more just that it is happening. Our experience with our twin flame is a mirror to us. Not what they're doing so much is the mirror, but how we are reacting to it is the mirror. And so our journey is kind of tailored that way to help us to first start to understand that our perception creates reality. And so oftentimes what's happening in the 3D world is just as a reflection of what's going on within you. What's happening within you is projected out through perception and belief systems, and then they become materialized. They show up in our world. Energy doesn't lie to the field, and that's how we communicate with the universe what we want. So if we can't really kind of hone in on that, learn how to wield that power properly, we're always going to be co-creating. But are we co-creating in a way where we're doing it with conscious like intention, or are we doing it just through subconscious, like kind of flailing around? So that's what this card represents, is that there's maybe an unconscious co-creation going on right now. Perception's not really being looked at as the issue. Instead, it's circumstance. And that's backwards. Circumstance is a result of perception. If we want to change our circumstances, we have to change our perception. So you and your divine masculine have been brought together for that reason, to help the two of you get to a place where you guys can understand that perception creates reality. All right, so this next card is, what is the block? What seems to be blocking the two of you right now? Specifically you, divine feminine, but in a way your divine masculine. Well, I shouldn't even say that. I'll let you guys decide. That's really not for me to decipher. What is the block in the relationship? Of course, it's going to affect you both differently. Oops, here we go. So the block in the relationship is the Empress. So family, not in a negative way, maybe the desire for family, the desire for connection, the desire for like something to happen a certain way. There's an expectation that is there that is potentially hindering your connection with your divine masculine. And I'm going to pause this for a second because I'm about to cough. So sorry, guys. I didn't want to cough in your ear, so I wanted to pause that. There's some kind of an expectation with you and your divine masculine that is, it's not that it's wrong to have an expectation. It's just that if we put so much faith in the expectation and then we look at our current circumstances and compare them to where we want to be, we'll oftentimes find fault in that. And then we keep creating from that place of lack. And then we just keep getting more lack and we don't understand why. And it's because our focus is in the wrong direction. We have to start, like this card over here is showing us, that perception creates reality. And if we don't like the reality that we're experiencing and it's not meeting our expectations, then we have to go within and look at what our perceptions, the feelings and the energy that we're sending out to the field, so that we can find like where that's coming from and then change that. Much easier said than done, okay? That's why this journey is a journey, and it's going to teach you and show you through all kinds of experience, and also an unveiling of a lot of knowledge. Experience and knowledge in combination create wisdom, and it's wisdom that's going to bring the two of you to where you need to be in this union with the divine, right? So let go of expectations. And it doesn't mean that you can't have desire, but don't conflate desire with expectation. Expectation is something where we cannot force anyone to be something that we want them to be. And when we have expectations, we're trying to force our perception on someone else who doesn't necessarily have the same perception. And so we can have expectations of ourselves because we can control ourselves, right? We can say, I will let people treat me this way, or I will not let people treat me this way. We can set boundaries for ourselves. We can have expectations for ourselves. Like, I will be in a relationship if these kinds of things are there. If these kinds of things are not there, or if there's these other kinds of things that I don't like are there, I will not be in a relationship. You can set those expectations for yourself, but you can't try to force someone to be something that they're not. If they're not meeting your expectations, then maybe they're not right for you right now, and you got to focus on you. Sometimes saying no to your divine masculine is the very person you need to say no to, and put yourself first, not in a selfish way, but in a, I understand that I am the creator of my reality, and where my attention goes, my energy flows, and that's what I create. So if I'm creating from lack, from anger, from fear, from frustration, then I'm going to create more of that. So I need to step away and focus on what I want. And, there can be a little bit of sorrow sometimes in telling your divine masculine no, saying, no, I don't think it's a good time, or no, it's, this is crossing my boundaries. Our divine masculine is probably the one in the world that's the hardest for us to say no to. And guess what? This journey is going to make you do it. It's going to make you do it. Because part of going within, trusting yourself, trusting the divine, trusting that, God or goddess within you is exactly what this journey is trying to teach you. Do not be outwardly focused. Go in, go within. An anagram of within is high twin, right? And going within is what twins are, it's just an anagram, but there's something in there that I think is interesting because, we are collapsing duality. Duality is a twin system, right? Singularity is that oneness, the at one-ment with all things. And what are you guys always being told? You and your twin are one. You and your twin are one. You and your twin are one. We're letting go of the binary system and moving into a higher realm of consciousness, a unity consciousness. And you notice all these little bits of language are used in the twin flame community all the time between twins, but it has a lot, it's so much bigger. Your relationship with your twin is just scratching the surface of your spiritual awakening, guys. It's pretty cool. So this next card is any guidance for this relationship. So this is guidance from Source, God, universe, creator. Look at this. How incredible is that card? So interesting. You got obviously what is like a thing of Adam and Eve here, right? But this is about duality, right? This is about waking up from duality. We've gone into a state of being asleep, forgetting, being in this under the veil, right? But our awakening brings us back into that fire within, right? This is the twin flames, right? That's pretty awesome in this card. We have to face our shadow. You see the shadow right here lurking in the background. To come back into the light, we have to integrate that. And, the apple in this tree right here, that's just a representation of the torus field or the toroidal field, which if you do a little digging, you'll understand what I mean. But that's your energy field, and you and your twin flame share that same space. And it's the divine masculine and the divine feminine, coming back into union. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to this, but I think that's pretty cool that it showed up in this card. There's so much to talk about. I could keep going on and on about it, but yeah, that's one of the things that we do talk about in our group calls and stuff, is we go pretty deep into a lot of spirituality and looking at the roots of what that is, the symbolism, the meanings behind all of that. We're all on this journey together, and in these group calls, it's so awesome because we all share so much knowledge with each other. If you're looking for like kind of a fast track to growth, our group calls are definitely one of them. The people in these group calls are incredible. So you do get to talk to myself, and you do get to talk to Cam as well. But there's some other people in these calls, you guys, that are so knowledgeable. We all feel like we are soul family. So hold on, I'm going to cough again. All right. Sorry for being so sick, you guys. But I really still wanted to get in and give you guys this tarot reading, as I've been sick all week, and I just wanted to get these to you. So, okay, Temperance. Advice from Source. Beautiful card for twin flames right here. Balance, harmony, patience in your journey. Trusting the divine. All right. It's the divine's will over my own. Right. It's the higher self's will over the lower self's will. Okay. self-control, being in, in a place of moderation. Give yourself the time and space that you need in order to look at your shadows and know thyself. Okay, this journey is all about knowing what and who you truly are at the core. If you turn that over and you ask for that guidance from that higher self, that higher being within you, source, God, whatever you want to call it. I prefer God, or the all, the infinite, the alpha, the omega, right? The beginning and the end. There is only one, and we're all connected to that source, that singularity, the monad. Okay, and we've all been created in the image of that. We've all experienced duality. We've all experienced what it's like to go without, and now it's time for us to remember and go back within and go full circle, right? That is the alpha and the omega. That is the ascension, the stairway back to heaven. I know that many of you know exactly what I'm talking about. Some of you, it may almost seem like I'm talking like in code. I used to listen to Abraham Hicks, and I watched, the Samadhi movie, and I used to listen to like Eckhart Tolle. I still listen to Eckhart Tolle. I just haven't listened to Eckhart Tolle as much as I did in the beginning because I've found other mentors now, but I circle back all the time to mentors that I've had in the past. But they all seemed like they were so over my head back then. Like I just felt like I couldn't understand so much of what they were saying. And you guys, on this journey, so much will be revealed to you. You'll go, it was probably about 1.5 years after I had gone through my awakening. And in the early part of my awakening, when I was listening to Abraham Hicks, nothing she said made sense, or very little. But yet I still resonated with her, and I was very attracted to what she was talking about. But it bothered me that I felt like I didn't understand. And then eventually I kind of moved on and went to some other mentors. And then like 1.5 years later, I went back and listened to her stuff. And it was like, holy cow, I really get this now. Like I understand. And it wasn't anything specifically that I had done. It was what had been revealed to me, right? You're in connection with something right now that is so much bigger than the mind and the body. Okay, you're connected to something much bigger. If you've met your twin flame, you've gone through a Kundalini awakening. You've had a heart opening. It's special, it's amazing, it's wonderful, and it's unique. But it's also crazy and painful and confusing. But it all is there for a valid reason. It's all in divine timing. The good and the bad. Both sides of the coin are valuable, right? Heads up, tails up, doesn't really matter, right? The coin itself is valuable. Right? Good and bad are valuable, believe it or not. So go within, look at what's going on inside of you, look at what you do and don't want. Don't be afraid to face the shadows. Don't be, embarrassed by them. Don't feel bad about having all of your emotions. They're all there. They're all valid. They're all your teachers. They're all here to show you something. Okay? And so look at all of them. That's how we take the shadow and integrate it into the light. It's through the light of our awareness. You are the awareness. Okay? Sometimes it's the dark parts of ourselves that just need our attention, and we try to suppress them. But when we suppress them, then they grow and grow and grow until they can't anymore. It can't be ignored anymore. So take the time to understand who you are and how you got to where you're at and what it is that you do and don't want and where you want to go. So until we do, the universe will just continue to keep giving us what we need to align us with what we want. Because until we're aligned with what we want, we can't have it. The universe will just keep showing us what we need in order to get rid of those things, right? We'll get it all, it's like the whole thing of if I pray for patience, right? God's going to give me a lot of situations to learn patience in, which means I'm going to face a lot of things that test my patience, right? So the giving you what you need in order to get you to where you want to go. You know, once you've mastered patience, then those situations don't come up anymore. You're not affected by them anymore, right? So that's what Source would like for you to focus on. What is the probable outcome for you and your divine masculine over the next, couple of weeks to months with the current circumstances as they are? And right there we have 6 of coins. Generosity, gifts, abundance. You and your divine masculine are moving toward a place where you're going to be in alignment with those things that you want and desire. And you'll recognize when you get to this place and you look back on your path that everything happened for a reason. Even when you felt like you were off the path, you were actually on the path. Even when you felt like you were doing things wrong, it was there to just teach you something, to show you something. So it was the right thing, right? The wrong thing happened at the right time, right? It's our lower mind, it's our ego, it's the little me that questions and worries and fears. But you're overcoming that. And as you do, the ego will be less and less present in you and your divine masculine's life. And as it's less and less present in your individual lives, the polarization between the two of you will become less and less, and the two will become one, right? So you guys are part of a beautiful blueprint of life, and it's playing out in the 3D world, but it's what's within that's playing on the screen without. All right, your number for today. Oops, it was 64, but I touched it. Excuse me. So we have 10, we have 64 or 46. And those are your numbers for today. All right, let me get you an oracle card really quick. Hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you're interested in a one-on-one or signing up for group calls, all that information is in the description box below. We would love to have you with us and love to hear your story and to hear what's going on in your journey. We learn so much from each other when we share and when we listen. One of the things I noticed so strongly as soon as I became, I guess what you could call a twin flame teacher, once that happened, I realized that everyone that had the title of my student, I realized was also my teacher, and that it's a symbiotic relationship. We teach each other, and we learn from each other. Doesn't matter what title we share. All right. All right. So here we go. We have flying. Flying. Look at that beautiful card. Let's look it up here and see what the universe is going to give us today from this. You have the power to see things from a higher perspective. If you were a bird flying high in the air, what would you see? When you soar above life's challenges and opportunities, a new perspective becomes available. Today you have invisible wings that allow you to swiftly bring your circumstances into alignment with your highest purpose. This is a sign that your waiting is over and all your hard work has paid off, and the things you hoped for are no longer beyond your scope. You have the ability to reach for the stars and find one with your name on it. Spread your wings and soar. The angels are waiting for you. When you see the flying card in a reverse position, now I never read these in reverse because most of the oracle decks are not in reverse, but I'm going to read this for you too, just in case it also applies, okay? When you see this flying card in reverse, it is a gentle reminder that there are times to take flight and times to remain grounded. And for now, you must avoid overreaching. There is still work to be done before you earn your wings. Be patient. That's what Temperance was there to teach you, right? I mean, this card could not have fit this reading more precisely, right? We're talking about being in alignment and, you know, trusting that higher self and, you know, sorry, I was looking for something on here because noticed it when I was reading it, but I don't see it now. Oh yeah, becoming in alignment with your highest purpose and trusting the process. So be patient. What you seek will not be out of reach forever. Remember the story of Icarus in Greek mythology, whose wax made wings and overconfidence brought him too close to the sun. He perished because he didn't realize his limitations. Humility is a great power, and now you must exercise it. Doing too much, too fast, too soon only serves to prevent a beautiful flight later on. So I think that this is there to kind of clarify, again, what Source was trying to tell you. Be patient. Have trust and faith in your journey. Allow it to reveal to you along your path what it's meant to. Don't try to rush it because it's the little me, the one that questions and fears and has doubt and worry and impatience that tries to make things rush or tries to tell you things aren't the way that they are supposed to be right now, or that this isn't the way it's supposed to be happening, or that you're doing something wrong. Okay, instead just go within, look at all of the beautiful many colors of who you are as a soul, and allow that transformation to take place within you. Don't worry about what's going on with your divine masculine. Worry about what's going on with you. That's the only place that change can be made. And trust that Source is doing the same with your divine masculine as is necessary. All right, put your faith in that. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here on the reading with me today, and I will see you guys tomorrow for your karmic reading. Take care.